guys, as I promised yesterday, I've continued on my browser and I will show you the current state. And it's a really tricky one because internet is full of crap and everybody knows that. So, and during the journey, I've encountered classical bugs which Claude can't solve. But currently, I have a technique how to tell Claude how to do that. It's very simple. Here I get some Claude mess. This is my standard mess folder, and here I will instruct him go to alza.cz, our very favorite Czech clone of Amazon, which is really funny. But and buy AAA batteries, and he will start navigating and he will succeed probably because I've fixed and it's Opus, but Sonnet will do it also. As I told you, this is the prototype and he will be much faster in future because currently I'm going to implement the central database, which is my main idea. It is 1 year old. In extremely fast moving AI space, this idea preserved because no one on the internet, in my experience, has the good agent, good browser agent. I don't know why, maybe Manus or others, but I think not. And my main idea is to have it, to keep it all in text, which is crazy, and it can be done because he's worst in scene images and they are trying to train LLMs. Oh, what he did? Oh, he didn't click again. Click go to shopping cart, add to cart. Again, I will fix it. But yesterday it worked. It doesn't matter. This is the principle of the central database, which I will work on now. But I want to present to you the tricky one, and I will tell you how I solved via using Claude with combination of Zen MCP the hardest problem, which is currently in Claude, and it's low context and very specialized parsing of files, because he's for preserving context and the saving context, he's selecting only simple only code snippets, and then he doesn't understand the whole picture. And yes, of course, you can use RepoMix if you don't know this tool. It's really cool. This tool can put your whole code base into one file with comments, blah blah, and you can paste it into Google AI Studio. But this channel and my whole idea is about the smoothness and about building the robotic machine robotic line or assembly line for code. Claude is just one robot, but you need a whole assembly line to this stuff work at maximum efficiency. And the first point is to Claude not bother you at all, and I will show you do I have it here or where? Yeah, go here and click on and I'm instructing him about the tricky part I did yesterday, and I'm developing in parallel second module for our system. But there you can see that he can handle tabs. Now he will hopefully click on unconnect. That waiting stuff is not cool. I'll try to minimal. Yeah, is currently really slow, but I don't care. We will probably click on yes in pop-up. It will be fun. Yeah. Now he will click on connect. And there will be a pop-up window. And this can't be done via via browser. You can see that I have a window which needs to browser be switched into, yeah, sign in. Go. Click to sign in. Yeah, this is tricky because now I can instruct him to sign in and complete the process, which he can have in his main instructions. Don't care, but you can see that browser needs to be switched into debugging mode because Chrome doesn't allow clicking on buttons which are triggering pop-ups. Again, hacked. And during this process, I've encountered one really tricky one for my. This is my Outlook plugin for our ERP system. Don't care, but he wasn't able to debug shitty Microsoft URL return. Microsoft is returning URL instead of token itself. It's returning the whole URL, and I didn't know. I'm not looking at the code at all. I shit on code because I'm living in the future. I don't care about bots, not about the so-called vibe coding. I hate that term, but currently bots are not intelligent enough, let's say. But I know from my experience, nearly 2 years of so-called vibe coding. Previously, I was reading code. I was coding with ChatGPT 4 immediately when it started having 128k tokens, context window length. Something in my mind clicked, and I said, "Oh yes, this is cool. This is really saving me time." And I read through that code, and then it was shitty in that time. But then came Claude Opus, and so on and so forth. A year and a half back, for the first time, it wrote a Snake, then Tetris. Claude Opus was first who one-shotted Tetris. Now we are in the completely different league and completely different game, and we will advance into the next stage of that game very soon, in my opinion, because I follow the money, and money is invested in this stuff so heavily that in 1 year, it's my prediction, in 1 year it will be again really different than it is now. So it's only about changing your mindset. I'm telling our developers, be used to be an architect. Now currently you are an architect of the system and also a shitty tester. But I hope that with my tooling and with whole assembly line, you will only stay the architect position. You will manage your army of bots, and they will do the whole development process for you, and you will just be a slight tester because you will have army of testers under you. This is the whole idea. Currently, everyone is focused on the. I don't want to leak anything classically, so we will. I will do this, and yeah, is it here? Yeah, this is our instance. It's open source, so I open sourcely stole it. Oh, and currently Claude Code is here. CC, and he's robot with that robotic arm, but the whole assembly line is much longer. You need the whole assembly and the whole code production process, where somewhere in here it's test, and the browser is most tricky one for bots. And this is my experience, and this is why I'm keeping it in text browser. Even it's visual for humans, it's represented again by HTML text and JavaScript text and obfuscated JavaScript text. And my main idea, this is the testing part. Browser is testing part. Claude Code is heavy. There will be more Claude codes, and here lies the part I was mentioning before. Here I have my own clone of Zen MCP, and this is best. And I'm always forgetting about it. And yesterday, because of that, I hate Microsoft. That's my point of view. That's where I stand at. I hate that company because of many reasons. They broke people's minds by utilizing that shitty Windows shit. And here, when you are, for example, when you are using Zen MCP correctly, I could save 2 hours of my time debugging that URL problem, because Claude, when selecting the parts of code, he is not seeing the big picture. And it was really easy then, when I had that eureka moment. You can instruct Claude, take all of those files, and in my clone of Zen MCP, I'm passing, as I told you, all those files as they are bypassing context. Where do I have it? Shit. Here. I'm putting that files only into context of Gemini in this case, or O3 model. And Gemini has 1 million tokens in Pro mode. And he explains his problem to Gemini, like for a consultant. The Zen MCP server is must have. I tried so many MCP shitty servers, context 7 and I'm trying to keep things as simple as they can be. Much more MCP servers, much more problems. When you have too many nodes in your graph, it will fail. It will become so complex that Claude will be really distracted what to use and when to use it and so on. So I'm keeping it simple. KISS principle. And here, after a consultation of those files, which are only passed as, again, they are only passed into the context of Gemini to not pollute the context of Claude. Gemini returned, look here, because it is connected this part of shitty code with this part, and it's in this way, and you have messed up with dealing with the login process and blah blah blah. It was another bug. That bug was about consistency of token management in database. It was managed in one way and saved in one way and extracted in other way. And when Claude is looking into one part and then he starts looking into another part, he is only extracting parts of those files and he couldn't connect it correctly in his mind. So the principle where he consults it with another LLM, the one benefit is that it's other bot. Two minds, no more. Other different training, different bot, different way of thinking, let's say. And he describes his problem. 1 million tokens solved it. And this will be incorporated into this code assembly line very easily. And as more, this is why I'm not looking at the code, because when you are producing something, you can't, as a director or architect or whoever, go here somewhere in here and check every screw of your future car. You'll be crazy if you will do so. So when bots are producing code, I'm looking at it as as it is a black box, like libraries, like whatever. Is it tested? Does it work? Does it perform well? Is it secure? Where some, of course, you can have tools like uh, or equivalents for the Sonar Cube or wherever, whatever. It can be this one or another one or static analysis, and the core principle of that bot will be also incorporated that into the whole assembly line, into the testing process. And now I'm going to put a database, central database for all bots runs. When our developer comes, we were debugging another shit 2 days before with one of our younger developers. It was really easy. There was field on the screen. Here was user assignment, and down here it was again, and we were getting null on the back end because the front end was sending this field named exactly the same as this one, and no no one paid attention to the bottom of the page. Even Claude, it was for 2 hours, 1.5 hour, and no one tricky. But for the future runs, we want to have a plan for Claude to incorporate looking for duplicate fields in the front end, and generic plan, not too specific, but generic, because when Claude runs, he's really smart and he will get much smarter in future. So you just have the prescription for, I will try this way. No, it is not correct way, and maybe we will do it like Anthropic says. We will run him through the phase 1 debugging of our system. No success. Okay, we will clear the context and run the second phase with different prompt and with different set of how-tos or where to look at, and one for front end, one for back end. And when we will encounter a problem, we will just simply put that, incorporate that again via bots, because I don't trust no one. No humans are good enough because we are always forgetting something. We are always distracted. Blah blah blah. So very easily he will be prompted if you encounter a bug and maybe you solved it or solved it with help of developer. Then there will be put it into the central memory, and there will be again some other bot which will check it like code. He will check it, make a plan from that, some generic one, and incorporate it into the assembly line for testing and debugging, because that's the most tricky part. And this same principle is in running the bot in browser. Go and buy batteries. You've seen that he wasn't able to click on a button. Then he has a access to the console of browser, and he will hack it. Definitely, he can hack anything because he is really smart and he can utilize console of web browser. He'll start putting, I don't know what the shit. He will try to parse HTML and to find buttons and blah blah blah. And in my experience, he will simply click that button because he will find it using those tools. And then, after succeeding, he will put that into the central database for a future use with other bots. We are wasting enormous computing power for not reusing what bots already did or done. Companies like Anthropic and OpenAI, they are reusing that stuff in their trainings for future models, but we as humans can put it into some kind of databases via MCPs, and with smart search we can benefit from it globally. And my idea is that when I will go to the Facebook manager in that browser, which is really shitty, tricky one shit. Yeah, of course they got API, but accessing their API for the regular human is crazy, because you have to have an application, create developer access, so on and so forth. For regular people, it's much easier to just pass credentials or tell the bot which is connected to their browser, go and click my and set up my Facebook ads, and I don't care about API, but bots will need to find a solution for many tricky ways how to set up, how to click in that interface. And when this will be in central database based on URLs and parameters, and when there will be how to use that multi-tool in my browser, because he's currently slow because he's filling the form one by one, but as I told you, I have multi-tool which when I will instruct him, or it will be injected into his context, fill it at once, and then and click the button, he will do it at once in one step. It's about smoothness of the workflow. So I'm advancing bit by bit. It takes time, unfortunately, even with bots. And this is for all for today.